Hello everyone, my name's Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we've got a special video. We're checking out a mod from the Steam Workshop. If you know me well, you know I like my mods off the Steam Workshop. With us today we have Spinal weaponry. As someone who's a fan of Star Trek, particularly the Enterprise X or Dreadnought X, Spinal laser lances are really cool in sci-fi. So we're checking out a mod for Spaces today and seeing what we can blow up and what damage we can actually do with them. So a little bit of information about the mod is made by Krieg, or Craig, however you want to pronounce that. I'll put the link down to the mod down below and his name on screen now. I'm not the best at pronouncing names, as you know. So this is a standalone pack of his Spinal-based weapons. I think he's created a few mods before. I've not taken an entire look just as yet. This will include any plotted true laser, energy field, or additional Spinal weapons to be slotted into it, which are a few. At present, this set includes the HS Spinal laser, a 15,000 meter manual fire weapon with alternative green ammo instead of orange. The HS Spinal laser, a 20,000 meter manual fire weapon. The HS Harbinger, which is 35,000 meters. These lasers can go quite far. Then the Warp Cascade, which is a 40,000 meter manual fire laser. Damn, this mod's going to be pretty interesting. So let's jump in and have a play around with it. Right, here we go. So let's have a look. We've got the lasers over here. Our first one is the typical Spinal laser, which is just, the model on this is really well done. You can almost imagine how this would look on a sci-fi ship. It would look like something just like this. Almost like the Death Star laser. Obviously, that was a bit different, but when you start firing these in a minute ago, it almost does remind you of the Death Star laser from the Death Star 1 and 2. But just the model and the decal on it looks amazing. So if we just get into a bit of closer detail over here, and just have a look around. These little thin bits here to simulate where the laser would fire through like this are absolutely amazing, and I love it. These are super cool. We also got the sort of ring structures. I'm not an expert on lasers or anything like that. Maybe someone can tell us down below how this contraption would actually work to compress the laser or something like that. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not an expert on these things, howbeit. So we've got a nice little bit of detailing going over here, and the mod is built surprisingly well. And it just looks amazing. We've also got paneling all the way around here. It's just really nice, and hopefully this mod continues on expanding and we get to play with it a bit more in Space Engineers, because I know you guys like Spinal weaponry and lasers and things that blow up, so do I. Why don't we do a bit of a weapons test on it, because I know you are dying to see that and I am dying to blow something up. Let's paste on the ship really quickly and see if we can destroy something. Okay, so unfortunately for Mr. Venom, I've pasted one of his ships in, and now we're going to test the Spinal laser weaponry on the actual Exile. If you want to download a Venom ship here, I'll make sure to include a link down below in the description. Let's jump in one of the seats a minute, where am I, and see what we can actually fire. Okay, so I'm just going to go into spectator mode again in a minute. So we're going to fire the first laser, which is number 1. Now this is the typical HS Spinal laser green only, so this should only fire green. So let's select number 1 and fire. And oh wow, that actually looks pretty immense, doesn't it? If we just keep firing a minute. I wonder if it's tearing through the ship. Should we see if it pierces through? Yep, it now pierces through the whole ship. That is scary powerful. So I think the Exile's got quite a lot of heavy armor as well. So if we just let it rip through a little bit more, you can see how much damage it's actually done. So if I turn on my torch a minute, and it fired straight through the hangar bay there. So it missed the hangar doors, went straight through the middle of the ship, almost piercing its way through. Now, if we continue doing this, I want to show you guys something how I'd actually imagine this working. This is a flying platform I've got a minute. But if we just hold down number 1 there, then slowly edge our way to the left, or right in this case, because I've forgotten there's no thrusters on this station. So we're going to gently float off, but you can imagine this laser beam almost cutting through the ship like we're doing right now. And because we're moving slowly across the void at a minute, you can see that it is cutting through multiple blocks, not just the one above it. Obviously, you have to go quick as a cutting beam. You don't want quick cutting beams. We have to go slow as a cutting beam. You don't want quick cutting beams, because obviously you're not really going to cut through that much, unless it's a really high-powered laser. So let's just come to a stop a minute. I'm just going to put a quick thruster on this side so we can actually slow down. There we go. And let's go investigate the damage on this side. So we cut directly from the hangar there, and we took off one of the hangar doors and cut straight through the armor plating. See, we're almost going through 2 blocks of armor plating at a time, and this is heavy armor plating, might I mind you. And we've got through stuff here. We've damaged 2 main engines. They burnt away quickly. 3 main engines, mate, actually. That is a hell of a lot of damage. And I don't know if there's any damage can be seen internally. There's a corridor in here. Yep, if this is the engine room or some corridor down here, a lot of damage is currently going up through it. I'd love to see some sort of battle or warfare with these weapons. Leave a like down below and let me know down below in the comments if you'd actually like to see me test these Spinal laser lances in a, like a combat/battle video. I imagine we could do some sort of Stargate theme or Star Trek theme where we use these, a bit more like high-powered laser lances. Let's say, vote in the poll and leave a comment. So I can see there, that Spinal laser lance there did a hell of a lot of damage to the ship, and that was just number 1. Now we're going to ramp it up to number 2. What I'll do is I'll move the station closer to the front of the ship now, and we'll go for number 2 instead. Number 2 is slightly bigger. This is a HS heavy spinal laser lance. So let's give this one a fire. It's this one here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, I can't actually see the beam. Sometimes it will glitch out so you can't actually see the beam. It is firing through that, I can reassure you. There you go, so it will go through now, see what I mean? It's a little bit glitchy sometimes. That is just Spaces throwing at it, not the mod though. You know, Spaces sometimes will not show you where weapons fire is going. Exactly the same with this mod. So as this is a heavy laser lance, it obviously makes a bit more impact. It's gone straight through here. Warping the armor plating around it is a quite nice mix as well, instead of just cutting it clean off. We've breached a corridor up here, so anyone stood in here would have just either been sucked down to space or killed instantly, which is very cool. Now obviously if we move the station around again, let's see how much damage we can cause from this side. So if we just do that and do F9, you can already see it's slowly ripping through the armor plating there. That's not like something just blew up inside. I wonder if we can just get like an observation point up here. Oh, there we go. The lance is ripping through. If I continue on F9 for a minute and just move the ship forward. Look at that. Just imagine if you were stood in this right now and that came ripping through your starship. You would not stand a chance. Just rip straight through the hull. Let's keep it going for a minute. It is doing an immense amount of damage, and that is quite crazy to see. So that was a HS Heavy Spinal laser lance. Now we're going to test the Warp Cascade Cannon. That sounds a lot more. By the way, when these weapons download, they do go into their own tab in the G menu, so you can just Spinal Weaponry, and you've got quite a few things to play with there. We've also got the Harbinger, which I need to try in a minute. I don't know which one needs the Harbinger. Is it this one? That's a heavy. Let's just slot this one here. So this is Harbinger. We'll need to try that one in a minute. But let's try the Warp Cascading Cannon. Because I know you guys want to see this as well. So let's go into F8 mode and fire. The beams aren't firing. Let's hit pierce through the ship. It's firing. Oh, it sounds like it's getting through. There we go. And there we go, through. That is an immense lot of power. What we'll do is we'll leave it on. Warp Cascading Cannon. Let's just shoot on. There we go. And I'll go to about F6. Now if I just set the ship to drift ever so slightly at a very slow speed, we can actually see the ship cutting through there. Now again, we've got a bit of visual glitch here. This is to do Space Engineers, not the actual mod. As you can see, oh, it sort of glitches in there. There you go. Spaces doesn't like displaying immense light sources sometimes, especially if there's too many in the world. But you can see it just ripping through the ship here, going through 2 armor blocks and breaching the front reactors. I think it just killed one of them. Look at that immense firepower right there. That is quite cool to see. Now, one thing I want to try a minute is if we do this, if we go cannon or laser. Spinal laser, there we go. If we turn shoot on. No, not show and heard. Warp. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly drift this way. Let's just watch as these laser cannons rip into the ship here. I know this maybe look away if you've got sensitive eyes or something, because this will be quite bright. But damn, just look at it ripping through the ship here, going straight through the armor plating, ripping a hole in it. Now imagine in a combat scenario, this ship would be screwed at this point in time, unless it had shields. And I'd really like to test this mod against shields at some point, because it can provide a true sort of sci-fi experience in Space Engineers. Again, if you'd like to see me try that, let me know down below. Maybe we could arrange a battle with that new shield mod or something like that. But it is ripping through this armor plating like mad. I say, just imagine if you were stood in here. And this is a bridge here, I think. Yeah, so this is a bridge it's ripping through right now. There you go, the captain would be dead right about now. It's just ripping through the CIC, everything. That is immense. And I think it's caused some internal structure failure now, because the ship is spinning out of control. Let's take control of our platform a minute and just see if we can guide the lasers back around. If we just come to a full stop a minute, I think we've actually managed to send the ship off into the distance. Yeah, the ship is now spiraling out of control here. Just very going off into the distance. It really can't stand that much, can it? If we just stop it for a minute, there we go. I wonder if we can actually slow it down. There you go, so if we just analyse the damage now, so this is the RCSB Exile, one of Venom's greatest battleships, and it has been ripped to pieces following my laser lance. Look how it just carved its way through the hull here. If we start here going through, you can just see all the sections carved out. This is like the CIC area, which has just gone straight through it, then the bridge up top as well. Oh no, we're on the bottom side. Bridge is up here. You can sort of see where it began. It's gone straight through the bridge. Wow. This is the bridge here, look at that. The frontal seat there is all gone, the screens have gone as well. Damn, and just straight through here as well, and through the engine room. So that must be like cut out. I think we took out some gyroscopes or caused some like internal damage. That's why the ship flew off, which is pretty cool to say the least. I've just noticed one thing. There is a military escort over there. So what we're going to do is if we copy our laser lance just in over here. I've lost it now. I wonder if we can attack it. I need a camera. Let's bring our station around. I feel like I'm controlling a mobile slab at the minute. Should we use the warp cannon just in case? Right, we're going to need to go and use the actual spectator camera to steer. It may be too hard for me to actually focus it. Let's just see. If I use a camera. Okay, camera. View. Here we go. This might help me a little bit. There you go. We are cutting into it right now. Using the main laser lance as we are drilling into that ship. Don't know how much damage we've caused just yet. Let's see if we keep firing at it. It looks like it's been damaged now. Let's just hop in a spectator really quickly. And I've actually lost it. Oh, here it is. It is just going. It's been completely damaged. Look at that. The antenna's destroyed. Everything is destroyed. I wonder if we can cut it in half quickly. Let's just double check. Go back to the camera and we'll go to view. It's almost gone out of my range. Number 3. Here we go. There's a block in the center there we need to cut. Kind of what I'm doing right now is like, it looks like a worm I'm controlling. It reminds me of that Sliver.io game. We can't repel firepower at that magnitude, but you get the gist anyway. This mod can pretty much wipe the floor with certain ships like this. Quite scary when you think about it. I mean, look what it just did to that small escort ship there. I think one more hit, and I know we've actually cut the block center. We have separated it in half. It's just flying at the same speed, so you know it's not going to slow down anytime soon. So this has been the Spinal Laser Lance mod. I hope you do like it. I'm really enjoying it. And I say, if you want me to see about testing this in a battle scenario, leave your comments down below and we can see what we can do. I think it'd be quite cool. Make sure to hit the like rating on this video and comment down below. Alternatively, let me know what you think of the mod down below in the comment sections. As usual, I am interested in your guys' opinion. You can check out and download the mod for yourself using the link in the description. Make sure to go vote it up and subscribe on the workshop. All the workshop creators deserve the items to get recognised. This mod is currently #1 place on the Spaces workshop, and hopefully it stays there for quite a while, because it truly is awesome and reminds me some of the older days of a modding style of Space Engineers when we used to get tons of these really cool mods. I mean, we still do, but there's tons of these sort of advanced weapons mods, and I'd love to see more of them sometime. And I can't wait to see this mod grow as well, especially like adding in the power dynamics. I personally would like to see if I can sneak this into Colony Survival. Maybe we can, we'll have to see. Anyway guys, on another note, I'm also doing a few videos over on mine and my friend's channel called Star Wars Galaxy, so if you are a Star Wars fan and interested in that, check the link out down below. Alternatively, I've been Captain Jack, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.